episode 28. I'm Chris, with me here today.
Robert, and this is chapter 31 of Fallout Equestria, a fanfiction written about My Little Pony and the Fallout video game series.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, a lot of Fallout 3, a ton of Fallout 3. Some references to Fallout 1 and 2, but primarily I'd say the Fallout 3 generation of those games.
Yeah.
So in this show, we review the book and the chapters, talk a little bit about Fallout, and if you're joining us for the first time, thank you very much.
We do it from a perspective of, I watch My Little Pony a lot. He doesn't know anything about it. So we're trying to see, does it work? Does it not work? Is it good? Is it bad?
Yeah, exactly. What about it works for somebody who likes Fallout, because I do, and what about it, you know, well, we already know what about it works for somebody who likes My Little Pony. Although the funny thing is, we should say, there are people in the My Little Pony community that really do not like this book at all.
No, they're purists. They think that that they should be exactly as the show, happy, smiley, sunshiny. Anything bad that happens is absolutely the most awful, deplorable thing that could exist.
Well, it is an interesting marriage, because a lot of people who are into My Little Pony, just my observation, we've talked about this before, it's escapism.
Yeah.
It's childish escapism.
Well, what is any fandom?
It's a simpler time sort of thing. So it's interesting for the subgroup in My Little Pony that appreciate it for the escapism would then delve back into very serious, hardcore material that is the Fallout universe.
It's a damn good book. Not that that isn't a bad thing.
I just think it's an interesting character study. It's fascinating. You know, we're all weirdos, but you Fallout Equestria people, you're a special kind of weird. So, let's hop right on into chapter 31.
Okay. We all go through periods of darkness. In such times, we can turn to the goddesses. But it's good to have friends.
But you gotta have friends. So, a ton happens in this chapter.
Yep. And you're starting to see the pace that goes for the rest of the book.
So, this is where we pick up from the last chapter, when we had alerted the entire group of hellhounds.
Yeah, like straight out of Left 4 Dead. You know, you activated the elevator.
Alerted the horde.
You alerted the horde.
And, yeah, it's not good. They are crawling. Are they on top of a building or an overpass?
Building.
Building, that's right. And so they're literally clawing their way up the side of the building. And, of course, everyone's trying to, you know, fight them as best as they can.
Yeah.
But to no avail. Now, I'm trying to remember, does Velvet get injured before or after they are able to activate the Cloud Bridge?
Before. They activated the Cloud Bridge as kind of a response to it.
So, in the fighting, Velvet Remedy has her legs shot off. Not shot, shot off.
OFF.
Yeah, OFF. And of course, she immediately plunges into
shock.
Shock, yeah. And it's just, you know, well, obviously, blood, hoof, laying about, you know, it's awful.
Not that anyone should ever feel as though that's an inappropriate reaction. Having your leg blown off is a completely, like, going into shock, completely...
It's pretty rational. And it makes Calamity feel like shit, because he caused this.
Yeah.
You know, mucking about with the terminal, he caused this.
Calamity had a little pet moment.
Yeah.
That ended with a Calamity moment.
And now the pony he loves has been gravely wounded. I won't say
possibly mortally.
Right. Possibly mortally. Possibly never to regain use or access of her leg again.
Yeah. I mean, there's no telling at this point. Right. That's an easy thing to die from. So they have to kind of come up with an escape plan immediately. And so they use a cloud bridge to go from their...
Well, but we should say Calamity finally figures it out. He figures out the code.
Oh yeah. The password for the key lock term for the lockbox is on the computer, and it is Harbinger's birthday.
Yeah. And what it does is that it creates a cloud bridge, essentially.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing inside of it, it's a... Yeah. Which confuses the ever-living hell out of Little Pip. It's like, how do they move the clouds with their mouths?
Again, it's Pegasus magic.
Yeah, you just gotta roll with it, Pip. You were born into this world. You should know it better than anyone.
But you've got to realize too, Little Pip, just like everyone in this universe, in the regular My Little Pony universe, all ponies of different kinds live around each other.
Oh yeah.
Pegasus ponies, Earth ponies, and unicorn ponies. They grow up in a world where seeing each other is not odd. In the Fallout world, the Earth ponies don't necessarily know the unicorn ponies, and the unicorn ponies don't necessarily know the Pexai are all up in the goddamn clouds, you know.
Yeah, and it's funny. There's a quote from the second episode of the show. I think it's the second episode, where they say we have to go to the Everfree Forest, and they're like, "What's the Everfree Forest?" Like, it's a terrifying place where the animals take care of themselves, and the weather occurs all on its own.
No!
It's kind of this obvious, just show that the ponies live such a controlled and wonderful life that they never experience any kind of hardship in what we consider normal day-to-day life.
Yeah. But anyways, so moving on. Obviously, Velvet is very, very, very badly injured, and they need medical care.
And they managed to actually get their way over to a hospital, which is rather lucky.
Yeah, it is fortunate. So Little Pip and Zenith go hunting in the hospital. They're searching in the hospital for supplies.
Poor Pyrolight's just like absolutely distraught.
Now, I see you have a note here that I just don't remember. Zenith dances with the devil.
Oh, her combating the Hellhounds could take down the Hellhounds single-hoofedly.
Yeah.
Without any kind of weapons, and Pip's like...
Yeah. Her hand-to-hand combat. She's I would say one punch.
Oh yeah, and she's the monk.
Yeah.
Yeah, the monk.
Exactly.
Which is funny because she comes in later, and monks only start really being useful later on.
Yeah.
But
anyways, we get a radio broadcast while they're in the hospital, and it's from DJ Pawn 3.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, embarrassing Little Pip a little bit.
A little, not as much as last time.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, more of an on the nose, on the snout reference, where she does give out the love note from Homage, and then ends with, "Oh, by the way, 31."
Yeah, but they also touch on how the Steel Rangers are actually helping ponies in the Wasteland.
Oh yeah,
again, playing right into Fallout 3's.
The Applejack's Rangers, the Riley's Rangers.
Sorry, yeah, Applejack, yeah. But anyways, DJ Pony advises them to actually, help them out. You've got spare ammunition.
Don't be afraid of the red-colored Steel Rangers.
They're doing friends. They're doing a lot of good in the Wasteland, and they need every bit of help that they can.
Yeah,
and
help them help you.
Mm-hmm. So as they're searching through the hospital, Little Pip comes across another series of mentals.
Yep.
And we go through this shit again. It's just, I don't know how many more times we can retread this.
It's an addiction problem. It's what every addict has to deal with.
I get it.
Think about when an addict goes back to where they used to shoot up, and the only thing on their mind the entire time they're there is just thinking about shooting up.
Mm-hmm. And while they're wandering the hospital, we are introduced to a new creature type.
Mm-hmm. The centaurs. Which totally doesn't work vernacular-wise with ponies. I don't know how that would work.
What do you mean?
Centaur is half man, half horse. Technically, ponies are all horse. So would they be half pony, half horse?
You know what I love is that it's half horse, half other part of a horse.
So it's like two front halves of a horse and then a back half.
Yeah, basically.
Weird.
And similar to centaurs in the Fallout universe,
if somebody wants to do like a mock-up drawing, do it.
They are tentacle mustachioed monsters.
Yes.
They are the Zoidbergs of the.
For those who know, Applejack.
So what's that?
It's a amalgamation of Applejack and I think it's a color. I don't remember what the term, but the original. It's like some D&D monster that has like tentacles coming out of its mouth and mandibles that come apart at the sides or something.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
What is wrong with your fan art?
It's the internet, man.
Is there? Just tell me, is there My Little Pony and Inflation crossover?
Guaranteed.
So,
I mean, I don't even need to see it, but I can guarantee it.
The worst crossover has got to be My Little Pony and Sonic, though. You know it's got to be out there.
Oh, I know it's out there.
There's a Sonic the Hedgehog everything.
Rainbow Dash has got to go fast.
Oh, God, and eat chili dogs.
Ugh.
Apple chili dogs, something to that effect. Oh, my gosh.
Horse meat chili dogs.
But anyways, the centaur freezes her in her place.
Yes. Just shocks the ever goodness out of her from something called the stare, which is brought up in the show. I guess, I mean, the information is brought across well enough for you to understand it. It's just, it's got some kind of manipulation thing that just freaks you the hell out.
Yeah. So,
keeps you stone cold in your place and you just can't move.
but the creature is, attacks her and is going to be,
Intimidating her.
Just yeah, sure. Just to say the least.
Yeah.
It's a little Evil Dead.
Yeah. The trees. Grape tree.
And they have glowing red eyes, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the stare.
Yeah.
Which now that sounds more like New Vegas, right?
Which ones?
Isn't that like the creatures from Dead Money?
Oh no, those are ghosts. No.
Oh, those are ghosts. Well, what am I thinking of?
No, not Dead Money. I have no idea. We'll come back to it.
I was gonna say there's so much DLC.
Not time. Too many DLC.
But anyways, Zenith saves Pip.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, of course, that's the first time. Then when they go around another corner and come face to face with one, Pip immediately closes her eyes, pulls out the zebra rifle, and starts shooting.
Yeah.
And nearly takes out Zenith in the process. However, I'm sure Zenith is more thankful of the near misses than she is of the alternative. So there's that.
Do you trust me? With what? I think this is one of those.
Mm-hmm.
With what?
So so far, we're going to go with this.
We also come across a medical robot.
Yes, as they're looking for more medical supplies in the area, they come across several things. First off, the bones of ponies who have had their pelvises cracked open.
Not great.
Death by Susan.
Yeah.
One of them had a cigarette in his hooves. I don't even know how that works, but and they hear the rather high-pitched British tinny voice of a robot attempting to take care of its patients that have long since died, and some of them are actually remains of centaurs.
Yeah.
So,
we also find out that Trixie was not the first test subject.
Nope.
Of MVP.
Yeah.
Or rather, the first one to be exposed to it.
Yeah, she was. I mean, technically, yeah, test subject. They had tested him on other ones, and then there was the one that had gotten hurt badly.
But it's not called FEV.
IMP.
IMP. What does the IMP stand for? Remember?
It's in something magical, something. I don't remember. All it is FEV.
Something dark side, something complete.
Yes, I mean, it doesn't really matter. All you gotta know is it's taint, that's what taint is, and it's FEV in this universe.
Yeah.
So, and then, so, you figure out, yeah, Twilight's been doing this shit. Twilight's a fucking monster. Who has been doing ungodly types of research. I'm talking about, like, the Necronomicon would blush.
She's literally trying to create gods,
Yeah.
goddesses.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what she's trying to do.
Yeah, because guess what?
Her thing is not to end the war; it is to brute force end the war. Well, if we're all gods, we'll just destroy them. They can't stop us.
Mm-hmm.
We'll obliterate them. She's literally kind of. I mean, her mentality is turning her into shoot. What was the Luna's monster version?
Nightmare Men.
Nightmare Man. There we go. That's who she's turning into.
Yeah, in a way, yeah, and to think, I mean, this is her version of what Fluttershy did, where Fluttershy created the Megaspell and gave it to the zebras, thinking it would end the war. Because that's all of their actions are just trying to find a way to end the war, because they want everything to go back the way it was. But this is the case of, as I've said on the previous episode, if you have the ability to go read a child's book called If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, which is about how to rule the world or go way too far by just doing a little bit. If you just give a little bit more.
Butterfly effect.
Kind of, yeah. If you just take a little bit more, just a little bit more. I mean, think about why is it that floor mats are $2,000 for a car? Floor mats aren't $2,000, but it's because you're already paying for a $40,000 car. What the hell's $2,000?
Right.
It doesn't matter at that point. So you just ask just for a little bit more, and that's the escalation and the continued fall of each of these.
And that's why Foally Equestria is, at its core, a coming-of-age novel.
For who, Spike?
Where they long for simpler times.
Yeah. So yeah, one of the ponies who just got doused in it by accident. They said,
this is the pony that they referenced a couple chapters ago. That the container that it was being stored in was only being held together by the paint.
Just that close to it falling apart.
Right.
Which is just like the Fallout games coming across the radioactive waste barrels that are just leaking.
Right.
And putting two together, because Little Pip listens to this audio log of the pony's name is Peachy Pie. Her friend, who worked in the hospital, saying there's nothing left of her in there.
Right, so
and she was sick for it.
We should say she was completely mutated.
Completely mutated. And
her husband wanted to see her.
Yeah, and she said she was sick for a little while before this, but she still refused to stay out. She's like, wait, sick for a little while. There's now these monsters all over the place. This one's from when before the bomb spell. There's a hole in the wall. Shit.
Yeah.
That she was pregnant, and that's why the husband wanted to see the body. Dark.
Being pregnant seems to come up a couple of times in this story.
Yeah.
It just seems to be touched on.
Yeah.
Particularly with Applejack earlier. But I do want to touch on, this gives us an idea when Spike said, you're going to learn things about my twi.
That's not who she really is.
That's not who she really is. And
I disagree. That's exactly who she was. She was a monster.
Yeah, but in fairness, in the show, you don't like Twilight.
No, I don't. So
you have said that she's sanctimonious,
yes,
self-absorbed,
yes,
and a bad leader.
Mary Sue, in fact.
Yeah.
Because she gets whatever she wants. She gets all the power in the universe, and she doesn't work for it or suffer for it. All she has to do is prove herself, which is real easy when you're in a world space, which is that simple.
I think this really all stems from the core of, you have a problem with mare ponies.
No. No, just Twilight. Really.
So anyway, so we finally get to see one of Pinkie Pie's crazy flying machines.
Yep. So after
what are they called?
The Griffin Chaser.
The Griffin Chaser.
It was this one was called the Griffin Chaser 2. It was based on the one from the show, in which I can't remember what it was called, but it's when Gilda the Griffin shows up.
Yeah.
And shows herself off to be an asshole to all of Rainbow Dash's friends. So.
Right. So Gilda and Rainbow Dash are close.
They were in flying school together.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
That also now makes more sense why Gilda hunting down
Rainbow Dash and them wanting to do the song.
Well, Rainbow wanted to do the song,
and Gilda obliged.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, that's
why
she
murdered her, or at least we assume she murdered.
We assume.
But you know what happens when you assume and ponies are involved?
You know what happens when you assume? Make an ass out of you.
And we haven't come across one ass in this story.
No. They actually weren't introduced into the show until much later.
Yeah. What is a mule, not a mule, but a donkey's relationship to a pony? Like, what is their place in the world?
I don't really know. I think they touch on it a hair, but I don't remember.
Like, are they above or below zebras?
Above.
Above zebras.
They're above zebras.
But below ponies.
But below ponies.
Interesting. It's a bad place to be.
Yeah.
Well, it's a shit sandwich.
I mean, it's like the Irish in World War II in New York.
Yeah. And moving on.
Better than Nazis.
So anyways,
still not as good as anyone else.
Zenith gets to work with our old girl Hopalong.
Yeah.
I like that in your show notes. Fixing Velvet Remedy's leg.
Yeah.
As best as they can.
Doesn't hell to help with that shit.
Now I seem to remember Zenith, like, immediately once the leg was removed, she dipped Velvet Remedy's leg into some brew that she had.
Yeah, if I remember.
It was just something to stop the bleeding.
Well, yeah, and something to prevent necrosis.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, you gotta stave that.
I mean, you realize, like, Zenith is the mystic monk, but she's also anything she does. She can essentially do anything.
Yeah.
she can be the Deus Ex Machina because any brew she makes can just do something. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
it's an interesting thing.
She's well written, but as a character type, it's you have the danger of utilizing that.
Oh yeah, no, I was going to say that it's possible to go way too far and to do very wrong things with that character. But if you don't,
Like,
it's just kind of a okay.
I'm going to be honest, and this is just a little critique I have. The story is way better if Velvet Remedy stays main. It bucks her down a peg.
Yeah.
I mean, like, her whole thing, her struggle as a character has just been, I'm here, and everything around me is fucked up, and I just want to heal people. But she's incredibly vain. Just like, great. Anyways, it's just there needs to be some consequences that cannot be undone.
Welcome to Why I Hate Twilight Sparkle. Moving on.
Yes. Okay.
So they get to work working on her. Little Pip goes into a memory where she found in the hospital, talking about Rarity. From Rarity's perspective, talking to Fluttershy in the spa about how Fluttershy gave the Mega Spell technology to the zebras. And then, I mean, on top of that, like, she's just trying to hold it together. Rarity's like wet tissue paper right now. And then she gets the news that Applejack just got, hurt very badly and, is close to death. And she fucking loses it. And then finally, in one last realization, comes together, cleans herself off, and is like, contact them. It's time. Contact the ministry. It's time to get started. Which means, like, oh shit, something's about to happen.
Yeah.
200 years in the past, to be fair, but...
Yeah, but big time juju.
So Velvet has to stay for a while, so they kind of have to stay where they are. This is after they escape from the hospital, of course, and they come to the realization, oh shit, the goddess can read our mind. So any kind of plan we come up with is going to be fucked.
Yep.
Because we can't get it out of our own minds, and Pip's like, yeah, not that.
Interesting you should say that. And then we lose a long track of time.
Then we lose a long track of time where little Pip, as they're flying over Shattered Hoof, goes like, "Hey, I need help. I need to help you with something." And Griffin's like,
mercenaries.
Griffin's like, okay, and then little Pip wakes up in the hospital.
And when I was listening, I thought it was fucking with me. I was like, "What? Did I stroke out?"
Yeah, that's part of that. That would definitely be part of.
Little Pip has come to.
No, you're playing the book on shuffle.
Little Pip has come to in Tin Pony Tower and is going through the procedure. Is it Tin Pony Tower?
Yes.
Yeah, Tin Pony Tower, and is going through the detox treatment again.
And Velvet Remedy's yelling at her, and she remembers herself saying, "No, I had to do this. You'll understand." And Velvet going back through Little Pip's inventory and finding no party time mentals at all, which of course only means one of two things.
She threw them away, or most likely used them all.
All
of them. It was a full tank.
I don't actually remember, so it could be that she actually used them.
I imagine her like supercharging, like taking them all at once and like pop, and then the binary streams from the Matrix just come running down, and she sees that nothing exists.
She becomes the one.
Wait, nothing matters when we're all pennies.
Didn't work before, it ain't gonna work now. So she wakes up and she's like, "What the hell's going on?" And they're like, "Okay, calm down." She's like, "What the hell's going on?" Like, "What is your name?" And they have to go through the "What is your name? Where are you?" kind of thing, trying to get her to come back to reality. Because
good old Dr. Help and Hope.
Because tearing out like 3 days of somebody's mind with intermittent like coming backs, that's gonna really fuck with you.
Yeah. So anyways, Little Pip is presented with basically a box of orbs
that are her own memory orbs.
And she is presented with a note of the order with which she's supposed to interact with them.
But not until she's done taking the Black Book to Maripony. Not before.
And there's a great warning in there about, like, and you've probably already read, or probably already skipped ahead to this point, or don't do that.
Yeah. And it's great. And of course, I love that the letter is signed, yours fully. No, yours yourselfly. And, of course, little Pip watches the first memory orb. She's like, no, it's the context menu that actually is supposed to be the other orbs are. There's no reason I shouldn't do this. And the first thing that Pip says in the memory orb is, Pip, I know you've done this. How dare you? Why are you doing this?
Damn!
Spoiled again hoisted by my own petard.
Isn't one of the memories like a memory of her with homage?
Number 6, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm going to save that one for later.
Oh boy.
And when the times get tough. But anyways, Chris, I have some bad news.
What's that?
The Pony Pun of the Week is on vacation.
It is.
Yeah, we gave it the week off. I think it's down in Aruba currently.
This is what happens when you offer to give your employees vacation time that they get to choose.
Well, the problem is, in fairness, the Pony Pun of the Week hasn't taken vacation much this year, and had some days to burn since we're in the last quarter. So,
yeah, they had to use it up before it disappears.
However, we do have a question. Almanac Pony says, so, Robert, is there something that has not yet turned up in the story, a reference, boss, or concept from Fallout, that you either wish had turned up in previous chapters, or you wish would turn up in later chapters? I want the antagonist or the mechanist.
What about Frank Corrigan?
Frank Corrigan would be cool.
Yeah.
But I guess that would have to be an alicorn that wasn't connected to.
Yeah, I don't think there's a Frank Corrigan character, but it would definitely be really cool.
That would have been an interesting, like an alicorn that broke free. That'd be a powerful ally. But their brain was all frazzled, so they couldn't really do anything.
But they had super power armor, and so they were like, dime beauty. I can't even attempt to do Frank Corrigan's voice. I wish it could. That'd be great.
Yeah, that would be really interesting. Huh. Well,
yeah,
maybe next time.
No, if I'm not mistaken, I think that was the only question. I looked through all of them.
Well, and we had a live stream, a Thanksgiving live stream. We talked a lot about there. Well, wasn't there a question from our Fallout live stream?
It was related to the Fallout games.
Oh,
it was like what characters do you see? And she wanted it to be for the Fallout stream. Oh, it was from K-Cat. She asked what characters you saw. In
fairness, we will address that. So, since y'all seem to respond so positively, we will continue our playthrough. We will complete a playthrough of Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas.
It'll take a while, but
it'll take a while, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
We can also cut out a lot of the fat
filler. Yeah.
Plus, if you tune into the streams, you can influence our decisions.
Yeah.
Can you do votes? I suppose you could do like a low time poll. Like, who wants us to do this?
Well, yeah, because we're only going to have like 5 people on there at any given time.
Yeah.
We only had I think 2 last time, so.
Yeah. I think that'd be good. So we're going to continue doing that. Also, thanks for everyone who tuned into the Thanksgiving live stream.
Oh yeah, we had quite a few people show up. And one person who honestly had no history with us at all, just saw there was a live stream, was like, okay.
Hung out for 2 hours.
Yeah, and they didn't even care. They weren't brought up anything about us.
It was a lot of fun. It was really fun hanging out with y'all guys. So I'm glad that you engaged, and it was nice talking to you. I enjoyed myself.
Oh yeah.
So Chris and I are going to be good and regular. How many chapters do we have left now? 23?
If I'm not mistaken, yes.
Yes, 23 chapters. So in theory, in 23 weeks, we should be completing the series. So something to keep on the horizon is once we complete this, then we can address some other show ideas.
Yeah. But yeah, keep tuned until then, and we'll see what happens.
Thank you very much for watching. You can, of course, find us on YouTube at youtube.com/CriscoBrandBiscuits. You can email us at cbpbch@gmail.com. Again, cbpbch@gmail.com. You can also find us on Twitter at CriscoCast. We have a Facebook page. Feel free to follow us there. And, you can also find us at thefollyofman.libsyn.com. So, for Chris, I'm Robert. Happy Thanksgiving to you all, even though now it's going to be a week late from Thanksgiving. And,
for some of them. Yeah. For others, it's technically like a month late. And then for some of them, they're like, Thanksgiving.
What the hell's that?
Yeah.
But, Hanukkah's coming up. So
True.
Happy Hanukkah to those who celebrate Hanukkah. Happy nothing to you atheists out there. Enjoy your nothing holidays.
The downside to atheism, no presents.
That's right. Hey, my presence is my present. And that has been the Folly of Man. We will see y'all next week.
We actually know people like that.
Know people like what?
Our presents.
Yeah. Assholes. So,
It's all over, but the crowd